Hello everyone, and welcome to the Oakville Public Library's Take and Make program. Today's project is a custom paper cut winter ornament. This was made on the Cricut, which is available at the Glen Abbey Creation Zone. If you're not sure what a Cricut is, please see the links below. Now before we start, we're going to make sure everything comes in our kit, and inside your bag you'll find a white envelope which contains all the cut pieces for our ornament. We have 3 blue tree backgrounds, 1 white deer, a starry background, and this scalloped edge metallic cardstock for the backing of our ornament. And just check the corners of your bag as well, because there'll be several tiny cut pieces, 1 little red dot, and several snowflakes. Your kit will also have these double-sided sticky tabs, which allow us to give 3-dimensional shape to our ornament, some fake snow, half a plastic globe, and a piece of string. Now, aside from what comes in your kit, you're going to need some glue, so that can be a glue stick, white glue, or glue tape. And you'll also need a glue gun or some kind of strong adhesive to attach the plastic bulb. Now to start, I'm just going to place some of these materials on the side and make sure I have all my cut pieces and my sticky tabs. So we're going to start with this scalloped metallic paper and glue this blue starry background onto that. Now we want to make sure we get it fairly centered within the scalloped piece, and then we'll apply just some glue onto the back of this, just being careful not to get it in the holes here. Sometimes it can smear on the other side of your paper. So we'll just place this down, and again just making sure it's at the center and reorienting it while you can, just like that. So we'll just press it down a little bit here, make sure it's nicely adhered, and wipe off any of this excess glue. Alright, so next we're going to take the darkest tree layer. So we're working from darkest to lightest with our background to give a sense of depth. And then we're just going to take these sticky tabs, remove the backing on each side. And then we're going to just apply a few, 2 or 3, just making sure that we have enough of these to get through all our cut pieces. And sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to get the double-sided tape off. Alright, so now we're going to flip this over, and we're going to orient our background so the star we can see at the top, and we're just going to make sure we give a little bit of a gap between the base of this starry background and the tree, and that's because when the dome goes on top, the curvature needs a little bit of space so it doesn't squish our design down. So I'm just going to gently press this down here, and if you accidentally reversed this image, don't worry about that, it works either way. Now we'll grab our second darkest treescape, and this is the one that doesn't have any of the writing on it because the writing layer is our top layer. And we're just going to apply more of these sticky tabs using 2 or 3 on the back of this. And then again, I'm just going to give it some space on the bottom here. So you'll see a little bit of that darker blue background at the base of our ornament. And then we're going to do the same thing with our deer layer, but before we actually do that, we're going to add a little red dot to its nose. And this part is optional. And I'm just going to use some glue stick to apply this. And just pressing it down a little bit, making sure I don't bend the antlers of my deer. Now I'll take a few more of my sticky tabs, making sure I have enough left, and flip my design over and place a few on the base here. Now I'm going to place this down, and just like before, I'm going to give a little bit of a gap between the bottom of the previous layer and the bottom of this white layer. So you'll see a bit of that light blue peeking through, and I'll press down gently, making sure not to crease any of these delicate pieces. Alright, now for our final layer, you'll have the writing, and you can choose to keep this facing up or down. In my case, I'm going to apply the sticky tabs to the back side of the writing so that I can see it in my ornament. So you'll need about 2 sticky tabs for this layer. Now you can really see this 3D effect coming to light with the layering of these pieces of paper. Now because I have several sticky tabs left, I'm going to use them to apply some of these snowflakes, and you can always cut the tabs down if they're too large, or you can just use glue to attach all these small snowflakes. And you can place these anywhere in the landscape, so this one I'm going to place on my back layer. And then I'm just going to use glue to add the last 2 snowflakes in my kit to the different tree layers. Alright, so that's how you assemble the paper landscape. And what we're going to do next is add some fake snow. And this part's totally optional, and you're not necessarily going to use the whole bag. You can use as much or as little as you want. And we're just going to place it in the center of our orb, and then we're going to close it off by gluing the plastic ornament piece on top, like that. And I'll just note that the white ring here is just a reflection of the light during filming. So I'm just going to open up this bag, and this can get pretty messy, can get all over the place, so just be careful. I'm just going to sprinkle it in the center here. And you can see I'm not even using half the bag. It's totally up to you how much you want to use. Now when we go to place this down, we want to make sure that the hoop is placed at the top of our design. And we're going to lightly press it in place, aligning it along the darkest starry background layer. And I'm just going to give it a light press to get a good bond between the paper and the plastic. And then if you do have any excess glue seeping out the sides, you can always take an X-Acto knife and come in here and lightly score it out. Just being careful not to cut through the actual paper. And that'll clean up your ornament a little nicer. So I'm just going to give this a quick shake just to disperse some of the fake snow and see how that all lands. Now for the last step, we're going to attach our string. So if you have more decorative string, you can use this instead. But I'm just going to fold the string in half and pull the looped edge through the back of the plastic hoop, and then bring the two loose ends through that string hoop and pull it tight. Then I'll take my two loose ends and tie a knot here. So there we have it, our completed Winter Wonderland paper cut ornament. So you can use this to hang up on a tree or use it as decoration, maybe on a door handle or off a bedpost. Wherever you place it, feel free to take a picture and share with us at creationzone@oakville.ca. We hope you enjoyed today's design and look forward to seeing you participate in future Take and Makes. Thanks for joining us!